All right, welcome back to Dunkscore Traders Hub. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah, apologies for the delay. Man, the truth is, I overslept. Yeah, I don't want to lie to you guys. Yeah, but I think we're still in time, so no worries. We'll do all the analysis. So good morning, guys. I don't know if it is raining where you are. Right here it has been raining. I don't know, since maybe 6-5, I don't know. Yeah, it's been raining up to now. It is still raining. The good thing is the UDCL guys haven't taken off the power yet, so that is something good. Yeah, good morning Joel, good morning Julius, good morning Lucy. Welcome. All right, so without any further ado, guys, you know the drill. We pray and get started with today's analysis. So let's pray and check the market. Father, we say thank you for today. Thank you for your goodness. Thank you for your grace, and of course thank you for this rain that you've showered us with, Lord, today, Lord. And as we start this session, Lord, as we look into the markets to look for opportunities to make money today, we say thank you, Lord, because you're about to do us good. We know that the losses we made yesterday, we're about to recover even bigger and make more money than yesterday, Lord. So we're saying thank you for the opportunities that you're giving us, for the trade setups that you're giving us, and thank you for the profits that we're about to make today. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed and believed. Amen. All right. Yeah, I see Julia says it is raining in Ginger. Of course, I know Julius is in Ginger. Yeah, it is raining there also. All right, so without any further ado, let's get into Crush 500. That is our usual routine. So it's starting with Crush 500, and of course, like I've always told you, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, let your friends know that we are live. Those who you want to interest into trading, share this link to them so that they can come around. You know, you never know, they may get interested and want to learn trading. So if you want them to get interested, bring them around, let them see what happens in the world of trading. Of course, as you go ahead, do give us that thumbs up. As we start off. All right, so Crush 500 yesterday, we made a loss. It played games here. We were in a buy right here. We were looking for this buy to reach there. So it played games here. I had my stop loss right here. It was right here still. Let me show it to you. This was our entry there. It kept on playing games here for quite some time. And then later, I think towards 3 p.m. or almost, I think around there, it dropped and took us out, and then played games again around there. Then it was, I later realized it was within this channel, then broke the channel and then went ahead. So I could not enter it, because once I move out of an asset, most of the times if it is playing games again, I cannot make the decision to enter that asset again. You have to be disciplined to that level. So we couldn't make that entry, so me and my guys, we need to recover, and Crush has to give us back our money. So we'll be looking at how to recover this loss probably today, though it was not a big loss. You can see it. I don't normally put big stop losses. That was on M15. All right, so now we need to delete all this. Remember, yesterday's analysis was price to reach there, reach here, and then we get in with sells. So price hasn't even reached that level. It tells you how slow it has been, how the market has been slow for the whole of yesterday, and hopefully today it will reach there so that we can come in with the sells. But for now, I don't need these. Delete all that. Oh, deleted what I did not mean to delete. So that was our analysis yesterday, price to reach there. So now I can also take out this. Okay, leave this alone, take these out. We need price to reach there and give us that kind of a sell. So I believe it's likely to happen today. So this, I don't need it, and that okay, so let's now go to H4. So what was the analysis on H4? Analysis on H4 was price to reach there and then drop back to this trend line, or actually, but drop down again to that trend line. So according to H1, it is going there, and then we can come in with sales later. So do we have an entry for buys? Not really. So I cannot look for buys. I cannot look for buys yet, but if I happen to get an entry, I can still look for this buy. So I won't enter now because I have not seen any entry, but we need sells once it reaches around there. So that's what we need, price to reach there, and then we drop for the sell. So for now, that's what I'm gonna anticipate. If I go to H4, I want to delete that. It is for H4. Okay, let me put it back because seems to be an important level on H4. So let me just put it back. All right, that's it. I believe we can wait for that on M15, and then we get in with sales. Remember, these sales are going to be according to H4 to push us down below to that trend line. If we go to daily and weekly, you will see what we are talking about. So this is daily, that is daily, that is our trend line. This is weekly, that is what we have, that is the analysis, that is the daily analysis, weekly analysis. So it's coming to this trend line. Hopefully I will wait and see that it's likely to come to that trend line, and then probably give us more buys, because we were still looking for that entry, for the buys, but for some good weeks it resisted after grabbing this liquidity. I remember showing you this, after grabbing this liquidity within this fair value gap right there according to the weekly time frame. So price may actually not reach all the way there, having grabbed this liquidity on the weekly time frame. It may break and continue with the sells. Remember, this was a downtrend. Having seen that was a downtrend. So according to weekly, it may later give us this. It may go back a little bit for it to be ready to sell according to what we're seeing on CCI. Then later we drop for this very move. So this may end up becoming the overall move after breakout right there. So for now, no business. I don't need this, I don't need that. We need to know what H4 is going to do, reach there and then drop. That is H4, but we are still waiting on M15. So if M15 gets ready, if M15 fails to break this level right here, this previous high here, then you know that we are getting in with sells. We are getting in with sells. So if it fails to break that, then we are getting in with sells immediately according to M15. Enough of J of crash 500. Let's now roll to boom 1000. Now boom 1000 did not work according to our anticipation. Actually, we were anticipating price to fail to break this and then give us the buys, but it got some weird momentum, broke that level and continued with sells. So after that, actually it got enough momentum to break even that. So I want to see on H4. So price broke that immediately, that support on H4, and has given us even another breakout on this support, which is down. It is actually another, it is a support. Okay, it is a support area, so it has broken it. That is now weird. That is now very weird for us to work with. Price has broken this support right there, and now it has broken this other support also. But after breaking it, the candles that have followed, the previous candle closed, yes, with rejection both ends, but now the current candle is closing, is going to close like a hammer as a rejection from buyers. So having seen what I'm seeing on M15, it is what it is, which is equal lows down below, which is likely to give us a reversal signal. So are we going to see it or not? So you guys who have gone in the mentorship class, you know that once price breaks that, that will be a reversal signal for us. Excuse me. Just the weather. Yeah, just weather allergies. So price is trying to break this, and once it breaks it, our anticipation will be just simple price to react back, and then we come in with our entries for the buys. Same thing like we wanted yesterday. So but now it's almost close to what we need. So until then, we have no business. If price fails to do something like this on M15, then you cannot even enter according to H4. Yeah, so for now, no business. We leave it at M15. Boom 500. All right, boom 500. Let's see. Yesterday we, oh man, I think it did actually what we needed. First remove that. So yesterday we had that change of character. We wanted price to react there to give us at least a good entry, but it failed to give us the entry. What happened was gave that breakout here and then retested it and then dropped with enough momentum to break the other support down below. And after breakout, it only gave one candle pullback and then continued to hit. So yesterday it was a good day for sales on boom 500, though I was not focusing on it. That's why I did not even enter this move after breakout. after breakout I was unable to enter that move. So all this now we don't need, so we missed that. Now it has failed. Clearly, we clearly see that it has failed to break this support. It has failed to break that support, so that's why the buys have started. And actually this is something good that we can work with. This is something good that we can work with. Alright, so we don't need this support anymore. Let's now roll to H1. Let's delete this too. Okay, so let's analyze H4. So what do we see on H4? H4 is overbought. H4 is overbought. H4 is overbought because of this level right here. So that's why it is overbought. Okay, so what is about to happen is likely to be like a heads and shoulder according to H4. According to H4 is likely to be like a heads and shoulder. Price react there, then we drop, this becoming our neckline. It's likely to be a heads and shoulder, but it's not yet, so we cannot work, we cannot trade according to it yet. If I go back to M15, I clearly see there's a lot of fair value gap that was left around here, so it's likely to come around our fib. We're going to use our fib now. It's quite likely to come around our fib retracement level, which is this, around there, and then drop. Go back to either that level there, the one we've just looked at according to H4 there, and then gives us a drop, or it can easily go all the way up there. So I'm gonna use that for now as my setup, as my trade setup level, and then we break to continue down below. Why? Because H4 is looking for sells, M15 is getting ready for the sells, but it's now retesting down below, having left this big fair value gap in the attempt to reach there. So for now, I wait. If I have to wait, I have to look at M5. What is M5 doing? M5 is actually looking for the sell, and it has broken that level. So in fact, this is a sell that you can enter if you are a scalper. Price has just broken that, and a new H4 has just started. Let me see how the previous H4 closed. Let's see how the previous H4 closed before I can decide on what to do. Okay, it's crazy. It's gonna be a risk. It's gonna be a risk. Price is below my 10 MA on M15, and it is below my 10 MA on M5. That is a signal that I can work with, but my stop loss will be here. That is how it's gonna be. Having seen all this confluence area, this becomes my entry. Now you can decide to have your entry here, or you can wait for M15 to first close, but that M15 closed as a Malibuzu, so I don't see the reason why I have to wait to make this entry. So I'm gonna make my entry here. I'm gonna make my entry here for the sell, and I put my stop loss right there, like I've told you. So that is gonna be a 1. I need a 1. As long as it is a 1 to 2, I'm good. If it is not a 1 to 2, I will close out the trade. I will close out that trade. Alright, so let's see, is it a 1 to 2 or it's not? If it is not a 1 to 2, almost. It's almost a 1 to 2 where we want it to reach. Where we want it to reach. Alright, let's just take it. It's not, it's almost a 1 to 2, so I'm just gonna put a 1 to 2 there and leave it to run. If it hits my target, perfect. If it doesn't, as long as it hits my 1 to 1, I'm going to break even after that. So that's it. I've just launched in. I'm looking for that as a pullback. Once it does reach there, then I close out. I wait for some buys. It may as well come all the way to this order block or come to this level and react back. So for now, that is the reason why I've made my sell entry there. Good morning, Robina. How are you? So this is enough on boom at 500. Let's go to V25S. Vol 25S. Alright, so volatility 25S, let's look at what we were looking for. Like I told you, this was going to happen, and it happened. Almost hit the target. The second TP was here. Remember, guys, the second TP was here, but I told you I would not enter this trade. Remember, we were ready to enter it around there. Those who remember, that's where we are going to make the entry from. So I told you this is very short. I don't like this to be on a panic and to be on the chart every time, so I couldn't enter it, but it happened just like we anticipated. Then after this move, pulled back, then now went all the way to hit the target. As we speak, it is on that same level, so all this we don't need. Alright, so now let's analyze today's market. So we have a breakout there, and means this pullback is likely not to happen, but price hasn't broken this support yet, so we cannot overrule it. We cannot overrule that possibility to react all the way back there. According to H4, we are on that support and we are oversold. So remember, I told you if price breaks that support, we enter immediately with sales. If it fails, then it is going to give us that pullback. So the same analysis stays. There's nothing we can do about it. Same analysis stays. On M15, we have no business with it. In fact, we are oversold, which means that buyers are likely to start anytime from now. We are oversold according to CCI, but this here is a break of structure. So until we have a reversal signal, we cannot look at buys because this is still in a downtrend. According to M15, that is a break of structure that gives us a new lower low right about here. So no business here until we have a clean reversal signal on M15 to activate buys, which will eventually also activate H4 buy move to reach there. So for now, no business with this asset. V75. Right, so this played games. I could not trade it. It's very weird to see how I missed, but still I could not trade it. All I needed was this and then pull back, looking at that liquidity grab above there, but price couldn't reach it. In fact it broke that support right here, which is an H4 support. It is an H4 support right there. No, it is actually M15 support. So it broke that support, it tested it. After breaking it, it tested it perfectly. This would have been our entry if we were trading it right there. After breakout, tested it and then dropped with low momentum. As you can see, it dropped with low momentum. So anyways, I would not have made enough money on it. I would have made like small money. After that, it failed to break and continue, gave a fake breakout right here, gave a fake breakout right there, and then started back, went back into buys. Now we have a change of character right about there, so all this is not needed. So we have a change of character. Price has just retested it, looking at that level, and now the buy is on. The buy is on to where? This is very important to understand. Remember yesterday's analysis, we were looking for buys to come around there or there. So the buy is on, either to get there or I believe here, but we are going to use order blocks, so we won't use that. Let me delete this. I see the previous OB right here becoming something important for us, a point of interest for us to look at as price comes back. So price is likely going there and then to drop back into sells. This is the last order block before this perfect, not that perfect, but before this high momentum sell move that happened to break even this support. So I also want to make sure that you understand this, that once we saw this breakout, this ceased from being a support to becoming a support resistance. So this is now support resistance, and price is now looking at breaking it, and I believe it has already broken it. So if it has broken it, it means it has enough momentum to continue all the way there. So now I don't need it. It has already served us, so we don't need it. All right, so price is headed there. Can we make the entry? We have to look at M5, and no business. It's likely not to break it. Actually, from what I'm seeing, it's likely not to break that resistance that was here that I've just shown you. It's likely not to break it. It's likely to drop now, but we have to remember that this was a break of structure right here, right there. This was a higher high, higher low, failed to give us a new high, dropped to give us a low here, and then now we have a break of structure there. We have a break of structure. So if this is very important, then we will see continuation of buys. If we go to H4, then we clearly see that buys are actually going to continue. That's why we are not yet ready to enter any any sells, because of H4 not being ready for the sells. Just a minute, guys. I'm just trying to make sure that I have something I can work with here. All right, so the buy is on. Now making this entry is gonna be very risky, but using price action it seems not to be risky. Though if I make my buy entries here, that means my stop loss has to be like below this candlestick. I can't put it down here. This will be too big. This will be too big for me. So I have a break of structure there. That means price has given us a pullback after breakout, which is that very one candle. That's why having my stop loss there, that is too near, but having it here will be at least reasonable. Now, why would I want to make my entries here? I'm looking for this buy to reach there. It is a short buy, yes, but H4 still says we are strongly looking at buys. You can see for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 H4 candles, we've been strongly looking for buys. That is how strong the buys are apparently. And the other signal that we have is we got a change of character right here on M15, and then it actually confirmed the change of character when price reacted here according to M15. No liquidity left back here, no nothing. So apart from this fair value gap left here, but of course there's activity on the left side, so it is not that much to worry about. I believe that this short buy is valid, and that's why I'm gonna make it and hold my entry. I'm gonna make that buy move and I'm going to hold my entry. Is it worth it though? Because I see it is very near. That means if it is very near, my stop loss has to be very near, because if I put it here, this is gonna be big for my risk to reward ratio. This is too big. This is too big for my risk to reward ratio. It's too big. That is too big. According to H4, we are still looking for buys. It may hit our 1 to 2 though, according to H4, but it may take a while. So let me lock in my buy. Yeah, I've locked in my buy and I'm looking for a 1 to 2. That means above that level, above that level, above that level. It's a weird move. I've decided to enter this according to H4. The new H4 has just started. Remember that. The new H4 has just started. How many minutes? 16 minutes. A new M15 has entered. And that M15 closed without a wick, meaning there is no rejection coming in from sellers. So this buy is on. This buy is on. Yeah, guys, this buy is on. I've locked in. I'm not going to change anything. Let me leave it now. Jump 50. Jump 50. All right. So if you've entered with me jump 50, I mean V75, let's see how it's gonna pay out. It may. The problem is it is too slow. It doesn't have the momentum like it used to actually move in a short while to hit the target or take us out. That's the problem with it. We may be in it the whole day. That's the problem with V75 when it has no momentum. All right, this was a no-go for us. Those who remember jump 50, we said we can't wait, we can't waste our time on it. But then yesterday it gave us a break of structure, and of support. This was a break of structure here according to H4, retested there, and then boom, it broke the support of daily time frame right there, and even weekly, I believe. Even weekly, that is crazy. Even weekly. So apparently I see the price has now reached the level of daily right there. I want to zoom a bit and bring it right here. That is another order block conference area on daily time frame. That's where we are apparently. So if this was broken, I want to delete it. I don't need it now. It was a strong support, but now it has been taken off. So, but it is a weekly. It is a weekly one. We might need it. Yeah, we don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. I'm just gonna use this now on the weekly. It is on the weekly. It is on the weekly right there. It's where this buy momentum started from to reach there. So I'm gonna use that now. And let me go to daily. I see how it converts. On the daily we have it there, so we still have time, so it's likely to play games there. Yeah. All right, so still a no-go for me. I am not playing games with this. We have a break of structure on the daily and H4, so until I see a reversal on H4, no business with this asset. I need a reversal signal on H4 for me to be able to start having interest in it. Not even M15. It will be too early for me, so I'm gonna be patient for H4. That's it. J25, same thing here. J25, we were not focusing on it, not wasting time on it. So already we have that. We have a change of character, and price had given us a lower low, pulled back there to grab liquidity, and then it is looking at breaking it. And I told you it was on the support, and we cannot do anything when it is on the support because it is still strongly selling. We couldn't enter. Look at how yesterday was playing. That is how yesterday it was. So look at the momentum of candlesticks. So we missed that the other day. That's why yesterday it was a bit crazy for us to do anything. So right now as we speak, we are on the weekly support. So until price breaks that weekly support and retests, we have no business. Yeah, because it is going to break it. And before it breaks it, you have no entry. You have no entry. Look at that. This is a break of structure, but then on M15 this is not. In fact, this becomes like a double bottom, but you have no confirmation so of any reversal. Until price breaks this, you cannot have any buys, nor can you have any sells. That's how weird the market on jump 25 is. So that's why I was not focusing on it at all. Even yesterday, same thing was happening there. As you can see, these here, you can see, then later it dropped and gave us a break of structure. So it's the same thing that is likely to happen here. It may not give us a change of character here. It may drop actually later to give us another break of structure down below. So that's how weird it is. Good morning, Patrick. How are you? J10, we have about 8 minutes to close, so let's work with J10. J10, wait a minute, J10, I think it's also the one we made a loss also. We made 2 losses yesterday. We made 2 losses and we couldn't make any other entry. 2 losses, that is maximum drawdown of the day for any person. I think it is J10 that we made a loss yesterday. Yeah, it is J10. So we made an entry. I was furious, by the way, with this trade. It gave us a breakout. This is why I was furious with it. It manipulated me. These guys manipulated. So we broke that support. It broke that support perfectly with that candle showing you the momentum of sellers. Then, of course, like I've always told you, I normally enter immediately when I see a breakout on the support. I normally enter immediately. Now this time, these guys manipulated and went for the stop losses right there. That's where we had put our stop losses, and went all the way up to that very previous OB, which is very weird. It's like a confluence area there. And then look at what came later. That is what came later, going to hit our target. Our first TP was there. Those who were on VIP, you remember, this was our first TP right there, and it was hit perfectly. Then of course our second TP was this right there. That's where we had our 1 2 3. That is where we had our 1 2 3 to hit that, and then we start to look for buys. So it was very perfectly hit the 1 2 3 for us that we were looking for, because our entry was there. You can see that. So I was furious with it. I couldn't enter even after it came back to break that again. So yeah, so today we are looking at recovery. All right. Let's delete all that. Now bring it to H1. Let's look at H1. All right, I see something here. All right, now let's go to H4. Okay, so what are we looking for H4? What are we looking on H4? H4, we are looking for downtrend. We are in a downtrend, having seen this as a change of character right there. Price has reacted there, but it hasn't given us a break of structure yet. That break of structure is sketchy, so I may not consider it. Yeah, it is still sketchy. So what am I going to do now? What I'm going to do is I'm gonna have this like that, and that will be my resistance. And let me see my support down below here. That was gonna be my support level. So clearly this will show you that that is a falling wedge, meaning price is still having some momentum of buyers, meaning price will eventually react back to look for liquidity or liquidity pool above there of the early sellers, and then we drop perfectly once again. So having seen this, I want to also have this as the other support to confirm what we have here, so that becomes a bit clear for us. All right, so what do we do here? Go to M15. Do we have buys ready? No. What do we have? Yes, M15 has already started to sell, and this was our change of character right there. Higher high, higher low, higher high, then dropped to test that level. Now it's looking for momentum to actually continue buying. In the attempt to do that, it's sort of giving us something that we can work with, and I'm gonna wait for it. So not yet ready for us to enter, but we know that the buy is ready. It has reached our retracement level on CCI, meaning it's gonna do a pullback it's gonna do a pullback. This move was never mitigated, that order block was never mitigated, but it may come to that or to this other one right here. So we have those two as our points of interest on M15, price to react back to before we can see buys. So anticipation is like this, like that. But also remember, we have the third one. If it fails to do that, then we have that one right there. So no business here till any of these three comes to give us a confirmation. All right, that's it on jump 10. Yeah, I want to first check on our trades. The sale was taken out. Which other one? Which other entry did we make? This buy. Yeah, for it is still valid. So we have shorts. We have that has been taken out, which is wait a minute, how did it take us out that early? Okay, so it changed. Yeah, it was an early entry. Yeah, my bad. Anyways, we had that tight stop loss. It's not much to worry about. So that is one trade taken out. The second trade, I'm out of the market. Yeah, and that will call it a bad week for me. If I lose the second trade, that will be a bad week for me. I would have lost 2 consecutive days. I don't know when I last did that. I would have lost 2 consecutive days. So if this is also taken out, that will be enough for the day until next week, because today is a Friday, so I will not be trading tomorrow until Monday if this also is taken out. So let's wrap it up with gold. Jump is done. We need this and that later, so we wait. Let's wrap it with gold and we are done for the day. Okay, so gold did exactly how we anticipated. So we are in business. Exactly what we had yesterday has been respected. So now we wait for the breakout. This is gold. Now we wait for the breakout. Let's look at it on M15. You can see clearly when it failed to reach there, it came for that level. Now back to the trend line, and now the buys started. Internet is getting slow, so the buy has started, and you can see that no liquidity left back. This was a change of character. Higher high, higher low. Now that means we are straight in buys. There's nothing like asking questions. But can we make our entries right where we are? No. I can only make my entries when price breaks out and retests. That's when I can make buy entries on M15. If we look back here, you'll see that it's where we have our change of character on M15, and price doesn't go just like that. It may drop down for liquidity grab, but where is this liquidity that it needs to grab? This order block was mitigated. This move here, this order block was never mitigated. Actually it was by this, by that candle here. So this fair value gap was mitigated. Okay, this fair value gap here was mitigated, so it's surprising that there is no liquidity left back. I don't see why it will be coming back. I don't see why it will be coming back. It is going to break out and retest. I don't see why it is going to come back. All the levels of liquidity have been taken out. This order block here, that one has been taken out by this move, by this pullback. Then we got a change of character. After the change of character, we had this order block, this last order block right there before the buyers came in, and you can see this candle here went and mitigated, came and mitigated it, and then the buyers continued. So there's nothing left. There's nothing left for price to come back to. But we wait and see. We are not market makers, we are just market followers. All I want to wait for is breakout, then retest, and then entry, and then entry. That is what I want. That is what I'll be waiting for. But for now, no business with this asset. No business. If you enter now, you enter according to H4 and put your stop loss below this level right there. If you are a swing trader, then that's what you want to do, because looking at H4, it has mitigated that liquidity all the way down below, and now if you enter now, it means your stop loss is below your 10 MA, which can be also which can be your resistance as far as you know, risk management is concerned. All right, so that's it. No business here until we see a breakout, and a pullback to make a perfect entry for this very move that we already need to take us all the way there. Let's do the recap and we call it a day. Remember, today we have the BTC analysis. I want us to see how it has been doing. All right, BTC analysis at 10 minutes past 1 today. So let's wrap it up with the analysis, with the recap. So we need sales here or there. Yeah, on crash 500 we need sales here or there. Boom, 1,000. Until we see a reversal signal, we are still strongly selling according to higher time frames, so no business whatsoever. At this one, we were looking for this pullback to look for this liquidity, but it has surprised us with a breakout and has taken some money of ours. So this one here, no business now. It has gone already there, so this does not make any sense now. We just wait for what happens around that level. We wanted to sell from there, but we have to wait. I want to know what is causing this high momentum on H4. Okay, we wanted to sell there and trying to anticipate a heads and shoulder, this being our neckline, that being our left shoulder and right shoulder here. But that will be determined by what will happen when market reaches here. So for now, we have no heads and shoulder until this right shoulder is confirmed. V25, no business with it until price either breaks this support on H4 or gives us buys and gives us a change of character or a reversal signal on M15 to actually push for buys. So no business with V25S. This one, we entered our short buys to reach there. Why? Because we are still strongly looking for buys. We had a change of character on M15. This is our higher high, higher low, and that is our higher high right now. And price, we don't see why price would come back again here. That's why we entered our buys, but if it has something it left, then it might come to take us out. We have our buys to reach us there. We've entered our buys and we are looking for our 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio above there, according to probably H4, because H4 is still strongly bullish, right? Jump 50 is still a no-go for us. Jump 50 is still a no-go for us until we see a reversal signal. Why is it a no-go for us? Because it is on that weekly order block, which is likely to become a support. And this was a break of structure on daily and H4, so we have no business with it until we see H4 reversal signal. Then we can start to think of the buying of this asset to take us there, but until then, no business. J25, same thing, but I've told you we will be waiting for a reversal signal. Now it is sort of giving us one, but it's not yet enough, so no business yet until it confirms this, reversal signal, change of character move that it has done here. Then we cannot play games with it. We cannot play games with this asset. We cannot play games with this asset until it confirms this change of character. Jump 10, yeah, pull back here or here, and then we have our buy. This is likely to be our move today. So whatever you do, if you are like me who loves to trade jump 10, then we are likely to get a perfect entry today for this kind of a buy that we need. And lastly is gold. I have no business with it until it breaks out that resistance trend line to give me buys, to give me continuation of buys. So that's the case on gold. Otherwise, I want to wish you guys a good day. Happy trading with me. We've made a loss, so those who had entered a boom 500 with me, apologies, but I know we are likely to sell it if this happens, if this heads and shoulder comes through. But we cannot do that until we start to see sellers coming in on M15 and going below our 10 MA. So that's what we will be anticipating. Till then, no business. The other entry we made was a jump, was V75. Yeah, so if we were waiting to see if it will also take us out. Yeah, but we have our TP there, 1 to 2, not a 1 to 3, a 1 to 2, and this entry is according to H4. It is according to H4. So that's why I'm still holding this trade to reach all the way up there. So for now, no business with the rest of it until I start to see profits, or until it reaches there, because buyers are still in control, not sellers. The only contradiction that I'm seeing with it is because of that CCI signal coming in from there, which doesn't make sense with what we have here as a break of structure. So that is why I was looking for the buys. All right, so that's it. Hope you guys had a great time with me. The rest of the assets, if you trade jump 10, the golds, those are likely to give us some entries. So my focus today is going to be almost all assets are likely to give us some entries. Almost all assets. almost all assets apart from Jump 50 and probably V25S, but the rest of the assets look enticing. They look to give us, they're likely to give us something to work with. So I'm just gonna hold and wait to see what will come through. One trade is down. Maximum of trade I make every day is 3 trades. If the first 2 are taken out, I don't enter the third. So I'm in this second trade, which is V75. I have my tight stop loss there. It's not that tight, but yeah, it will do. So if it is taken out, that will be the end of the week. Yes, I will have made losses, but I don't think I will have closed the week in negatives. Not really. We made money on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So yesterday was a bad day where we made 2 losses, and today we've so far lost 1. So that's why it is becoming a bad week for me. If I lose this one also. Yeah. All right, that's it. See you guys at 10 minutes past 1 for the BTC analysis. But for synthetic indices, we'll be back here on Monday. Have a lovely day. Happy weekend. Bye bye.